Hi, I'm Rex with Pure Choice Motorsports. Today's video is called What is Pure Stealth? And so I hope to explain that a little bit to you today. Some of you may recognize me if you've been to a Goodguys show or an NSRA show. We also own a company called Affordable Street Rods, and we've done shows all across the country for the last 15 years or so. My wife, Annette, and I own that business. And in January of 2024, Annette and I purchased Pure Choice Motorsports. Pure Choice Motorsports was in Arizona. The company was started in California by a gentleman by the name of Gary Clausen. Gary was the go-to guy for hot rod plumbing. Gary was ready to retire, so we purchased that business in January and moved it home to Kansas. We'd been a dealer of Gary's for a long time, and so we were familiar with the product line and the quality that Gary offered, and we wanted to see that continue. So in the process of moving that business from Arizona to Kansas, one of our ongoing frustrations surfaced in our conversations about automotive plumbing. And building cars over the last 20 to 30 years, plumbing has always been frustrating to me, not the functionality of it as much as the looks of it. We use a variety of different fittings made of a variety of different finishes and materials, and different hoses made of different materials. And we put it all together on the same car, and we end up with kind of an ugly hodgepodge mismatch of fittings and hoses. So with Pure Choice Motorsports, we decided to develop the Pure Stealth line and rectify some of that mismatch, hodgepodge ugliness. So one of the worst offenders in my estimation was heating and air conditioning plumbing. So typically, because of the air conditioning compressor being at the front of the engine right on top, generally there's two fittings right front and center on a hot rod engine that are, in my estimation, again, the worst offenders, and those are the two service port fittings that go on a compressor. This is an SD7 compressor, but the worst to me was the 508 compressor, top exit. You have two fittings coming off of there, typically with 135-degree service port fittings, right front and center when you open that hood, and they're just ugly. So we decided to tackle that project first with air conditioning and heater hose components and kits that would get rid of the ugly and be part of a comprehensive solution for plumbing an entire car. So we developed our Pure Stealth line of air conditioning and heater hose kits and associated fittings and parts. With that, we got People's Choice for Best New Product at Columbus Goodguys in 2024, so we're very pleased about that. On this display engine that we have here, we have it plumbed. Our air conditioning lines and our heater lines are all plumbed in our Pure Stealth line of hoses and fittings. And this is sort of a custom finish where we've added a bronze tracer into the braiding on the hose, which then matches all of the remaining bronze that's on the engine itself. So we got the air conditioning and heating system resolved, and we were able to produce that. Next on our list was power steering. Power steering has always been an issue. If you've ever installed a commercially available power steering hose kit, most manufacturers included at least one field attachable 3-piece reusable fitting that went on braided stainless Teflon lined hose. We've used the Teflon lined hose for years because it'll withstand the pressure requirements of the power steering system. But on a lot of cars, that's the only braided stainless hose on the entire car. We wanted that to also match with our air conditioning and heating lines. In addition, we wanted to eliminate the 3-piece reusable fittings, so we've developed a power steering solution where we use swivel fittings on the box or the rack, and we use a swivel fitting for the pressure line on the pump, and thereby reducing or eliminating that 3-piece reusable fittings that that customers never enjoy putting together. And it's especially for a novice. For an experienced guy, they're not so bad, but especially for a novice, that 3-piece reusable fitting can generate some cuss words. So we've developed that solution. We offer it to match whatever we're doing for the rest of the hoses. Again, in this case, we're using a bronze tracer. So we got that program developed and underway. Next, we decided to tackle fuel hoses and transmission hoses. So if you can see on our display engine here, we have the Pure Stealth transmission cooler hose kit installed. These kits do include, they do require the use of a 3-piece reusable fitting. We have videos for how to install that guy, so a little practice and careful attention to the video will help with that. Fuel system is the same way. We still use braided stainless, Teflon lined hose, 3-piece reusable fittings, but we're able to apply that same coating that we use for our AC fittings and for our power steering fittings. We're able to apply that to our 3-piece reusable fittings. So we have a solution for fuel and transmission where all the fittings look like they belong together and all of the hose looks like it belongs together. In addition to that, we developed a brake line system where we're able to make brake flex lines. They're on the other side of the car, or the other side of the display, and we're able to apply that coating and that hose braiding system on our brake flex lines as well. So again, just another way that we can make the complete plumbing solution a little more comprehensive and looks like it belongs together on the same car. The last project that we've undertaken are the crossover tubes on a Ford rack and pinion. If you're familiar with a Ford rack and pinion, you know that they come with pre-bent steel hard lines that route from the input shaft over and around to the body of the rack, and those lines are just ugly. And if you ever lift the car up with a floor jack, a lot of times those will get bent and they just get uglier over time. So we've developed a system where we use our Pure Stealth banjo fittings, and then we build the hoses to replace those hard lines. We're really excited about the opportunities that Pure Stealth offers us. In further exploring what we were able to do, we developed another product line called Pure Heritage. Pure Heritage is wire. So we offer Pure Heritage cloth covered wire from 16 gauge up to however big we need to make it. On this display, we have battery cables that are 1/aught copper wire that we've applied the Pure Stealth braiding to. Again, these battery cables match what's going on with the plumbing on the rest of the car. We did add a red tracer on the positive wire to identify it. The ground cable off the battery matches exactly all of the remaining hoses. We've also worked with the folks at Low Car Performance Products. Through Affordable Street Rods, we've been a dealer for them for years. We've enjoyed working with them and the quality pieces that they make for us. But again, we wanted to come up with a solution that would be more comprehensive and matching. So working with Low Car, we were able to take their standard throttle cable and kickdown cable and apply our Pure Stealth coating and our Pure Stealth braiding to those products. So now we have a throttle cable and a kickdown cable that exactly match the remaining plumbing on the car. We've also developed a line of spark plug wires that we can match exactly. So same coloring on the spark plug wires as we have on the throttle cable, the kickdown cable, AC plumbing, fuel plumbing, transmission plumbing, power steering plumbing, and brake plumbing. On the other side of our display over here, you can see we've taken their transmission dipstick. This one happens to be a transmission mount. We also offer this in the longer firewall mount option, but we've applied our Pure Stealth process to that transmission dipstick as well as the engine dipstick. So again, our goal was to create a comprehensive solution so that all the components that we have to add to make the car actually run and drive look like they belong together. So we're excited about that. We're in the process of building a new website. PureChoiceMotorsports.com and Performance Plumbing are still live on the web. They're in desperate need of an overhaul, so we're working on that. Along with that, with all of the Pure Stealth products will be added to that, but they're not live yet. I would encourage you to like, share, and subscribe. If you subscribe, we'll keep you updated on the progress of that website. In the interim, if you're interested in our Pure Stealth line, feel free to give us a call, area code 928-505-8355. And thank you for joining us today.